Hey guys, it's Clive from Fast Lane Bike Shop here in Perth, and today is a very exciting day because we get to unveil the all-new SuperSix Evo, we built our first one yesterday, and we want to run you through some of the exciting stuff that we've come up with the bike, maybe some of the little challenges that we saw on the bike as well. And if we have a look at this thing, it is absolutely beautiful. I think Cannondale have done an exceptionally good job on the design work of this bike. It is a very aerodynamic, super lightweight road bike that they've come up with. Certainly in some of the frame options, we expect these bikes to get down, some people probably even get them down to 6.2, 6.4 kilos. Certainly we'll have a bunch go out the door around 6.5. Come and have a look at this. I want to show you some of the finer detail on the frame. We actually have a frame set here, and we have a look at this frame set. I just want to go through some of the changes perhaps over the previous model. One of the absolute big changes, they've now adopted a British thread bottom bracket, which is, I think, going to be liked by a lot of people out there who don't like press fit. We have a look at the fork on the bike. This is one of the major changes on the new frame. They've come up with this triangular style fork, and I think one of the main reasons that they would have done this, I'm just guessing here, is that that's going to allow for this frame to have an extremely thin head tube, which is going to make the bike very aerodynamic. So it allows for us, well, what we pretty much could call almost a standard headset bearing these days, or something that's been run for quite some time now. Some of the other things I really like about the new frame is the finish that we see on the bottom of the fork. It just looks so beautifully finished. It's nice and round, really clean look. And if we get, just put that over there again, we have a look at the through axle. Once that goes in there, you're going to end up with a beautiful flat finish, nice and aerodynamic, and just real classy look over there. So I think they've done a fantastic job with that. If you're going to run Di2 on this bike, Cannondale have now, because their seat post is so slender and aero, they've created this port for the battery, and I think that's really nice the way they've done that. They even give you this cool little drawstring that's going to attach to the battery, and it's going to allow you to access that and pull the battery out if you need to for whatever reason. Really well thought out. So if we actually have a look at this one over here. So when we did the build on this, I suppose the most challenging part of the build, and where I think we've heard that some people have got a bit stuck up with this, is on the headset system. Because you've got the triangular fork steerer, they've come up with this triangular spacer. It's got to get fitted with these little wedges down the side. And what actually you have to use is this top cap. This is a really interesting part. It actually has a thread inside. It has a hex 5mm head, but it also has an internal thread put into that hex 5mm head, which is actually a part that's going to both give you your preload, but in this case, on this particular bike, we have fitted a Vision Metron bar. And in order to do this, we actually had to cut that bolt, and because that bolt only is going to take onto that top of the thread there just a little bit. So that just ends up being a finishing cap. It does not actually provide your preload. The preload is rather from turning that down. So it's kind of cool how you can still put a Vision bar on this bike if you want. The finish is fantastic. Believe Cannondale do have, they do have their own bar coming a little bit later. They don't have the stock yet for Australia anyway. I don't know about the rest of the world. So we're pretty damn excited about this bike. It's in store now. So look, unless this sells, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of demand on this initially. But right now it's in store. So if you make your way down, you get to see the thing in the flesh. Highly recommend you do so. Thanks for watching, and ride safe. Cheers.